I've listened to Juno by Remi Wolf for 7 months.
And I listened to it once yesterday.
Welcome to Spin It. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Spin It, the Record Ranking podcast for people who would rather be listening to music. I'm James. This is my birthday episode, and alongside me is Connor.
Awoo!
Connor Wolf, actually. I think I heard him calling in the light of a full moon. That's funny. Remi Wolf is her real name. Like, Wolf is her actual surname, even though it does make a sick stage name, too.
It is a pretty awesome stage name.
Right? Once again, I feel the need to apologize whenever I remember my birthday and forget yours. But this year we remembered your birthday, so I think I'm in the clear, finally. 5 years in, I think I've got it.
Wait, it's your birthday? No, okay.
Oh my gosh, not you.
What if I just spent the whole episode acting like I didn't know it was your birthday?
Well, that wouldn't be the worst. I mean, at least you were acting. When I do it, it's not an act. Well, for my birthday, I had a couple options in mind, but I don't know. I found this album halfway through last year.
Yeah, this is an interesting pick.
Yeah, it is.
Not what I would have guessed from a birthday episode.
No, I know. Well, I found this album halfway through last year, and it's rare that an album sinks its hooks into me like Juno did. It was an interesting discovery for me. I know we're technically out of the year of discovery for a couple weeks now, but I still discovered it in an interesting way that's worth mentioning, and I wanted to talk about it. We did, back on like Valentine's Day, we did an episode about Olivia Dean. Remember that?
Yeah, of course.
And I really liked her. And I started listening to all of Olivia Dean's stuff, and then I ran out. I listened to everything. And I said, shoot, there must be more. So I was Googling artists that were similar to Olivia Dean. And one of the top suggestions was Remi Wolf from a website or a blog or something that I found. And I was like, cool, dude, someone similar to Olivia Dean? Awesome, sign me up. And I listened to her perform a little bit live, and I was like, cool, this is great. And then I put on this album, and it is nothing like Olivia Dean. I think I got a little hoodwinked, but also, I loved it. There was a stretch in December where I probably listened to this album for 18 or 19 days straight. Like, every day, at least once a day, I had this album on. And it's rare that an album or an artist comes and smacks me out of the blue like that. So, it seems fitting for a birthday pick in this particular year that I choose Remi Wolf, because what a wild second half of the year it's been, discovering her music in the same way that I did to Olivia Dean. But guess what? I'm all out of Remi Wolf now too. I'm gonna have to go find someone else who's like her.
Well, now you should Google artists like Remi Wolf, and then maybe you'll end up back over at Olivia Dean.
Yeah, maybe. Well, but I already know. Oh, she's got a new album coming out. You're right. I think I will. Anyway, this is kind of a spin cycle pick in that regard.
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of.
But not really.
But not really. Yeah, a podcast episode led me here. But hey, is Remi Wolf someone that you know? I'm going to guess. Or, I should say it like a pun. Is Remi Wolf someone that Juno?
No. Juno.
Well, I didn't think so. But I thought maybe. You just never know. That's exciting. I think this is an off-the-wall. This is not the kind of album I would normally pick. I don't think. It's unique in my collection of, like, special me picks, I think. I feel like in the same kind of way that you never expected to find Miley Cyrus and like her so much, with Plastic Hearts and her glam punk rock. It's kind of how this jumped out to me.
Sure.
But let's learn about her. Remi Wolf, again, real name. Born in Palo Alto, California on February 2nd, 1996. Gopher Day. No idea whether she saw her shadow or not, but she was born on Groundhog Day in 96.
Yeah.
She started her first band with her friend Chloe Ziliak when she was 14. They called it Remi, Chloe, and the Extracts, or sometimes just Remi and Chloe. And they made a sort of alt-soul funk pop that she's really like fine-tuned and honed in on for her solo career. I found some YouTube videos of them performing, and it's pretty great for a high school band. It's high energy, good sound, they've got compelling original music. It's like the kind of stuff that everybody who forms a high school band dreams of, or most probably think that they have. And they might not. Remi and Chloe actually had it.
I've never met anybody like that.
No, certainly not. Shout out if you're listening. You know who you are. And if you think that was calling you out, maybe it was. Remi and Chloe even launched a Kickstarter campaign to help them make an EP. And they do have one song on Spotify, actually, which is cool. When she was a senior, 17 years old, Remi made it onto season 13 of American Idol. Her vocal coach was the one that encouraged her to audition.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she earned a golden ticket to Hollywood Week and got unanimous yeses from the judges.
Wow.
Pretty great. She did, though, get cut in the next round and didn't make it onto the air in Hollywood Week. But also, while she was in high school, she became friends with Jared Solomon, a producer who goes by the name Solomon Aphonic, which is so many syllables. But that was his producer name. And they would go on to work together in just a few years. He'll be coming back to the Remi Wolf story shortly after high school because he helped her establish her unique sound on her early EPs and both studio albums so far, but especially on Juno. He contributed really heavy to the production and the style of Juno. Remi went to college for music at USC Thornton and graduated in 2018. And by 2019, she and Solomon Aphonic were putting out legit singles. Her first was a song called Guy, and she was able to go on tour supporting acts like Still Woozy and Cautious Clay, which is a very funny band name. Her first EP and her only independent project called You're a Dog came out in late 2019, and she signed with Universal Music Group's Island Records shortly thereafter. In 2020, she put out another EP called I'm Allergic to Dogs with singles like Woo and Disco Man, and Photo ID became pretty big on TikTok. It was a pretty big TikTok hit. She had songs in iPhone commercials, like the whole 9 yards. Remi Wolf was starting to take off. On the personal side of things, in 2020, she gave up drinking and she got sober. She used to be a pretty heavy drinker. We'll talk more about it on some songs on this album, like Liquor Store and a couple others. But today she's given it all up. 2021 saw the release of a third EP in the Dog trilogy, We Love Dogs. That's a remix album with a lot of guests and features. That's pretty fun. And so it was that Remi Wolf was ready to create her first full-length LP, Juno, which is named after her dog. A very canine-centric first 4 releases here. Are you a dog person or a cat person?
Oh, absolutely a dog person, but I'm actually ambidextrous.
Petsterous?
And I'm trying to make a pun there and failing.
I would have gone with something like bipedal.
Bipedal. See, that's why you're the pun guy of the podcast.
Aw, shucks.
I had several of both growing up as a kid. I mean, you know that. So
Yeah, but the audience didn't know that.
yeah, but I tend to be more of a dog person.
That makes sense.
They're just more fun.
Wow.
Although my sister's cats are quite fun. They would not be fun if I had them. Like they're fun in like a way that like when you're like an uncle, right? That like your nieces and nephews are fun.
Oh, yeah.
Because or like baby cousins or whatever are fun because like you get to have all the fun parts, but then they go away.
Right. You don't have to keep them.
That's what my sister's cats are to me. It's like, oh, it's so funny hearing all the stories about how you make my sister's life miserable.
Partners in crime.
Yeah.
Well, Remi Wolf's about to put out Juno, her own little pet album, I guess. She started dropping singles and teasers about it as early as June of 2021. 8 of these 13 songs came out before the album was even released. And actually, the lead single, Liz, didn't even make the normal album track list. It ended up being on the deluxe edition, along with 5 other songs that we won't quite get to today. But Juno, the whole record, came out on October 15th, 2021. And it's just such a busy album. Like, again, I was expecting Olivia Dean's kind of soul pop, right? Ballad style, gentle, I don't know, something. And I put this record on, it was just so much sound, so much happening, like audio overstimulation from minute 1 to minute 40, but not in a bad way. It's just like funky and edgy and wacky, but still very well constructed and arranged and composed. I think that's pretty cool. Did you get that sense of busyness from it? Like one listen for me was just overwhelming.
You know, I'm a professional at the one listen.
That's true.
I think I was adequately whelmed.
Okay. Well, adequately is pretty good. Better than under. Well, Juno got a Metacritic score of 85. Most publications kind of gave it a 4 out of 5 star rating, right in that range. Like DIY and NME and Clash. Pitchfork is notoriously harsh. They gave Juno a 7 out of 10. But it's just a blast of an album. It's fun. It's a good time. I hope you liked it, and I guess we'll find out when we get to the scores. I hope the audience likes it. I don't know, I just became a big Remi Wolf fan from this one. I got hooked hard. So that's Juno. We'll talk about it more once we get past Factor Spin and stuff. But as for the rest of Remi Wolf's career so far, in 2022, she was able to open for Lorde on North American dates during her Solar Power Tour. We did a whole episode on Lorde. And she opened for Halsey on the Love and Power Tour. We did a whole episode on Halsey. And then later, Remi would hit Oceania with Paramore and Europe with Olivia Rodrigo on the Guts World Tour. We did a whole episode on Olivia Rodrigo, too. Remi Wolf is very podcast adjacent, is my point. She's also played festivals and performed with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who we have also covered, and who she sings about indirectly on this very album. And she's headlined a tour for herself called the Gwingle Gwongle Tour in this time.
Which is a great name for a tour.
Isn't it? I know. I don't know what it really means. I don't think it really means anything. I think they're just words. nonsense words.
Aren't all words nonsense to anyone who doesn't know the meaning?
Yes, that's true. Maybe I just don't speak gwingle gwongle.
Maybe you don't.
I can't wait to see how any auto-generated captions translate gwingle gwongle. Everyone pull up your transcripts and look at whatever I just said. Well, Remi also put out a live EP in 2022 and played Coachella in 2023. Her second album, Big Ideas, came out in July of 2024 to pretty similar acclaim as Juno, if a little less enthusiastic. I think Big Ideas to me generally just feels a little more hinged as a release. It's a little more mature. It's a little more cohesive. It's a little more safe. It's not as off the wall as Juno, even though it still obviously has Remi's thumbprints all over it. It did, though. It hit number 95 on the Billboard 200, went to number 27 in Scotland and number 15 on the UK sales chart, and she did a big 26-date, 23-city headlining tour in support of Big Ideas. That's more than double the dates that she took on for her Juno tour. So that's about where we're at today. Obviously, I'll be keeping my ear to the ground for any close tour dates or new music. She was just scheduled to play Bonnaroo, actually, but Bonnaroo got rained out this year. So I think she just did a pop-up show instead. I did miss that, but would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
Still a young career, so no major awards or accolades yet, but that's yet, you know. Also, a fun Remi Wolf trivia tidbit. Think back to our Grammy special this year. We talked about all the Grammy nominees, some of the ones that surprised us. One of the Album of the Year nominees that really surprised me, and one that we might see an episode on in the future, I haven't planned it out yet, but maybe, was Jesse Volume 4 by Jacob Collier, right? Well, it turns out that Remi Wolf co-wrote the song Well with him on that album. I had no idea at all. Now, she didn't contribute to 20% of the album's playing time, so she wouldn't have won the Grammy had he picked up Album of the Year somehow over Beyonce. But still freaking cool, right? To be songwriter on a Grammy-nominated album like that. What a feather in your cap. So yeah, that's the background on Remi Wolf. I'm curious to see what the Mixtaper's got in store for Factor Spin.
Indeed.
This could be a very interesting round. She's a very interesting person who says and does a lot of very interesting things.
Hey, it's me, the Mixtaper.
Welcome back, Mixtaper. What did you get me for my birthday?
I got you 4 new things to learn about Remi Wolf.
Well, that's pretty good. I'll take that.
And a potential new drink.
A new drink?
Pumpkin spice lattes might be out.
It's July. Pumpkin spice lattes are very out right now.
And hippo milk might be in.
Hippo milk?
Yeah.
Like potamus?
Yeah.
Is this related to a fact or is this a bit?
No, absolutely not.
That does not answer my question.
Not related to a fact at all.
Oh, okay. Got it. Right. I wasn't sure if you were trying to lead into a fact that like Remi Wolf likes hippo milk or something.
Would you believe Remi Wolf likes hippo milk?
No, I just wouldn't.
Oh, okay. Just thought I'd check. You know, gotta throw out some surveys every once in a while.
Sure.
On a scale of 1 to 5, please rate your Factor Spin experience.
Have you tried hippo milk?
Yes, I have.
What? What's it taste like?
Well, it's pink.
Oh, maybe I have heard about that. I don't know why.
It's not actually pink, but it's naturally, but it typically becomes pink.
I see.
And so a lot of people think it's pink. But I just learned a lot about hippos today, and I really wanted to take a moment to talk about it.
Right. Why did you learn a lot about hippos today? Is that leading into a fact?
Well, I was on a safari.
You were on a safari. This feels like it's leading somewhere.
It's really not. Just haven't given you any life updates in a while. You know, we'll check it with the Mixtaper.
You went on a hippo safari?
I went on a safari, and there was a hippo.
Cool.
And I drank its milk.
Well, great.
And it was pink. And it turns out that people think hippos have pink milk, but it's actually white, but typically ends up getting colored pink because hippos don't sweat, but they secrete a fluid called hipposudoric acid.
It's named specifically after hippos.
Yeah, and it acts as a sunscreen and antibiotic for the hippos. And this secretion is of like a reddish pink hue and will end up contaminating the milk, you know, getting into the milk and coloring the milk pink.
Oh, hippo sunscreen is what makes your milk pink.
Yeah. The secretion's also sometimes called blood sweat, which is awesome.
And tears.
But yeah, that was my little hippo tangent and a little update on old Mixie.
I don't really know what that was at all. Anyway, On to the facts. Thank you for that birthday present of a life update. I don't think I'll be trying hippo milk.
Well, don't check your door then.
I won't.
Could you imagine if there was hippo milk at your door?
If you had hippo milk delivered to my door in a 100-degree heat wave, like, ugh, so disgusting. You couldn't even get an ice cream cake here. And you expect me to believe that you delivered hippo milk?
Whoa. I got a ice cream cake there. I just didn't know the ice cream cake got there and it was expired. But I got it there.
Yeah.
Next time I'll have to put in the notes. Please make sure it's not expired.
Honestly.
Anyway, all right. So now let's get into the Remi Wolf stuff.
Yes, let's.
Starting with, she performed at the Olympics.
Shoot. Oh, a recurring fact. But not one we haven't solved. Just a fact that gets repeated a lot because a lot of our artists have performed at the Olympics. A lot.
That's probably our most common fact.
Maybe. So, Casey Musgraves performed next to the Olympics, and that was a fact. Hank Williams did not yodel at the Olympics, but you said he did. Fleetwood Mac did not perform at the Olympics. Stevie Wonder did play the Olympics in 1986? Question mark? I think that's when he did it. Sufjan Stevens did not play at the Olympics. SZA almost performed at the Olympics, but not as a musical artist, as a world-class gymnast, which was awesome. That's maybe been my favorite iteration of the Olympic fact. Springsteen was almost a horse coach at the Olympics, but not really. Public Enemy, Flavor Flav was at the Olympics with the water polo team. And now Remi Wolf is at the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Which Olympics is she performing at? Is it the Paris ones in 2024?
So she did it twice, actually. She's performed twice.
Whoa.
We'll start there.
At the same Olympics or different ones?
Different.
Which two?
And I believe it was at 2012 and 2016.
Wow. So when she's like young.
Yeah, at the Youth Olympic Games.
Youth Olympics. Okay, so in 2012, when the Olympics were in London, 2016, was that Tokyo? No, Tokyo was 2020.
Well, I don't know if the youth ones are in the same spot.
That's exactly what I was about to say. Yes, I don't know if they are.
The 2012 Youth Olympic Games were in Innsbruck, Austria, apparently.
Whoa.
And the 2016 was in Lillehammer, Norway.
Okay.
And I believe those are the two that she competed in.
Right. Competed in?
Oh, yeah, did I not say that part? Yeah, performed in the sense of she competed.
In the SZA way.
Yeah, but SZA didn't actually.
No, SZA didn't actually. She came close. What's Remi Wolf's Olympic sport?
Skiing.
Oh, Winter Olympics.
Yeah, that's why I said it's got to be the 2012-2016, because that's when the winter.
When the Winter Youth Olympics are? Because that's when the summer adult Olympics happen.
Well, it says on the Youth Olympic Games Wikipedia, 2012 and 2016 were the inaugural and second Winter Games.
Oh, the inaugural.
Well, the inaugural winter. The inaugural summer was 2010.
Yeah, but she performed at the first Winter Olympic Youth Games.
I believe so, but that's what's not right now, because my thing says she was 14, and if she was born in 96, she would not have been 14 in 2012.
That's true.
But her sport was skiing, so it needs to be a winter game.
Yeah. Well, and Norway makes sense for a Winter Olympics. Austria probably does too.
Yeah, but she would have been 14 in 2010 for the summer games. So that's why I said I'm a little confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somewhere in the early days of the Youth Olympic Games, she represented the U.S.
That's awesome. How'd she do?
I don't think she won.
Well, you probably know about it if she did.
I feel like I would have found that if she did.
Still cool to even be there.
Yeah, I feel like as a fully grown adult, I would not stand a chance against anybody in the Youth Olympic Games. Like, that is a bunch of youth that are better at their thing than I would ever be.
That's true. Yeah, I'm self-aware enough to admit that also. How many people get to go represent the U.S. in a given sport? Is she like our one skier?
To ensure that all nations are represented at the Youth Olympic Games, they instituted the concept of universality places. A certain number of spots in each event are to be left open for athletes from underrepresented nations, regardless of qualifications.
Oh.
So even if you don't hit the qualifiers, you still get to send a couple people so that you're represented.
That's awesome.
But then outside of that, let's see, finally, no nation may enter more than 70 athletes in individual sports. So 70 people total per nation?
I suppose. That's selective.
Seems like it's pretty selective.
I guess so. How long has she been skiing?
She became interested at the age of 8.
Wow. And got Olympic level good in 6 years? That's pretty impressive.
Youth Olympic level good. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but we already established that the youth Olympic level good is better than most people's best. I think I'm going to say this is a fact.
Going with fact.
Yeah, I suppose she's probably very multi-talented here. She can sing well enough to be on American Idol and ski well enough to be at the Olympics.
This is a true fact.
Oh, yeah, true fact. Look at that. This is good. Skiing is a pretty cool sport. That's why they do it at the Winter Olympics.
Alpine skiing at that.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what's the difference, but
Well, like cross country, it's flat. Alpine is all pines. No, it's down a hill.
yeah, that's probably right. More right than I would have guessed. So yeah, that's our first one. Woo!
A birthday point for the birthday team.
Let's get this out of the way.
Uh-oh.
She has an affinity for dogs.
Well, she has an affinity for dogs. Look at this album cover.
Uh-huh.
I mean, that seems to make sense to me.
Uh-huh.
Her first 3 albums are named after dogs.
Uh-huh.
What kind of affinity are you talking about? Like, she just likes dogs?
Yeah. I mean, in general, her last name is Wolf.
Her last name is Wolf, that's true.
She keeps naming albums about dogs, even though she is allergic to dogs.
Oh, it's a true fact then, the EP title. I had never realized that she was really allergic to dogs. I just thought it was, like, ironic.
Yet she has a dog.
She does.
I mean, you have to decide if that's a true statement in the EP title, but...
Oh, no, she definitely has a dog. Do you know that dog's name?
No. I mean, when you said, I didn't realize the EP title was true. I mean, that's what you have to decide.
Oh, right. So she might not be allergic to dogs. That might be part of the spin.
Could be. But I'm telling you, it's a true statement, potentially. But the dog's name is Juno.
Yes, it is.
It's a French bulldog.
Hence this album.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about it in a minute.
So, also named after dogs.
Yep.
In a way.
She does not get away from the dog naming until her second album.
But the real reason this is factor spin worthy is because she participated in a moonlight howl ritual.
A moonlight howl ritual? That is factor spin worthy. Is that why Connor came in howling? Did he know something about this?
I cannot speak for him.
No, of course not. I'd never have you do such a thing. What's a moonlight howl ritual? I mean, yeah, you go outside in the moonlight and you howl. With a group or individually at a specific time or for a specific reason?
A group of people meet. This was at Joshua Tree National Park.
Classic.
During the summer solstice.
Oh.
And people come to connect with their inner wolf. There's communal dancing, bonfires, and howl-offs.
Like a competition?
Yeah, like where contestants go head-to-head howling, and she came in second place in the howl-off.
Wow. Again, very multi-talented. She can sing, she can ski, she can howl.
Yeah. She said that her spirit animal was, quote, a wolf who eats glitter and yells in lowercase.
That's fantastic. I can see that.
And that's what I got for you.
Yeah, at some point, you just know it's useless to ask more questions. Oh, it's a tough call. I'm believing all the dog things. I don't think I'm going to be tripped up on whether she's allergic to dogs or not at this point. But the rest of it is really curious. A midnight howl-off. I think that's a spin.
A midnight howl-off at a moonlight howl ritual during the summer solstice.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a Burning Man, but for dog affinity people.
But for the pack.
Yeah, Burning Wolf. I think this is a spin. I think you picked up on the dog themes on the EPs and the name Wolf, and I think you couldn't resist finding some other Midnight Howl thing and sticking it in here. It sounds believable, and it just maybe could be true, but I'm like 70-30 that this is a spin. So I'm going to say spin.
Ooh, 70-30.
That's the way Kendrick eats his cereal, right? 70% crunchy, 30% soggy.
Yeah. This is a spin.
Yes.
A spin.
Oh, birthday, 2 for 2.
It is indeed a spin. I was really hoping that my made up quote of the spirit animal being a wolf who eats glitter and howls in lowercase would get you.
Wolf eating glitter, I get, but I don't think her wolf would howl in lowercase. That was the key giveaway to me.
I just think it's a funny concept. A wolf who howls in lowercase.
Ah, woo. Yes, you're right. It is. But would she pick Wolf if her last name is Wolf? I don't know.
I don't know. But what I do know is you're doing pretty good for your birthday episode.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of it.
If there's an episode for you to do well on, this would be it.
I hope so.
So let's talk about how she was kicked out of a band.
Thought you were going to say kicked by a horse, just like Caroline Polachek.
She was kicked out of the band by a horse.
Oh, this one's a spin. So she was kicked out of a band. What band was she kicked out of? She hasn't been in too many.
Her middle school band.
Oh, like marching band?
Middle schoolers don't typically do marching band.
Well, but the same concept. A band.
Just band.
Yeah, like a band class.
I would say most bands are not marching bands, so weird for that to be your go-to for band.
It's the closest approximation. Like if I just said band, it's not specific enough. If I say marching band, it's a little more specific for like the kind of instruments that are going to be in it.
Concert band, jazz band.
Yeah, concert band, sure. What does she try and play?
Oh, she played, I don't know if she still does, the trombone.
Oh, classic. And why did she get kicked out? Wasn't she good?
She wouldn't stop improvising.
Oh, like in The Simpsons, in the intro where Lisa keeps playing her saxophone and he goes, "Get out." That's how I'm picturing this.
I've not seen The Simpsons, but sure. That's one show you've seen that I haven't.
I can't believe you'd love it. Anyway, it's in the title sequence. It's in all the episodes. So, I mean, in that stage, band is like a class that you take, right?
Usually optional.
Well, yeah. But does she get removed from the class altogether, or?
It was recommended that her talents be taken elsewhere, and her parents pulled her from the class.
Okay, so kicked out is a bit harsh wording.
That's how she called it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's basically, is it the band director's like, maybe not.
Maybe don't.
Basically getting kicked out.
You're right. That's true.
But yeah, she said that that's the first time she realized she'd rather be a solo artist than follow sheet music.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, improvising is great, and it's a good musical skill. Like, it's awesome, but it really does have a time and a place. And that time and the place is not in a concert band when a lot of other people are relying on you to play your part as written.
And also, you're in middle school, so you're probably not that good at it.
I don't know. She's multi-talented. She howls, and she doesn't howl, but maybe. But she skis and she sings.
But maybe that's when her talents went to skiing. Oh, I don't know. Don't weigh the answer on that.
Don't worry, I wasn't gonna. Okay, I think I believe this. I can see her being a trombone player, and I can see her being ready to improvise. Just given her musical creativity on these 13 tracks and throughout her discography, I can see it. Now, it is a little eyebrow raising that I don't think there are any trombones in her discography that I've found yet. And if it's a thing that she played, liked, and maybe stuck with, maybe. I would almost expect a little more to be on here. But the music doesn't really lend itself to trombones. I don't think I'm going to let that deter me. I think I'm going to say this one is a fact.
He's going with fact, folks.
Yeah, kicked out of the 8th grade band.
And you got kicked right out of your perfect week because this is a spin.
Oh, dang. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I think she did play trombone. Inconclusive on sourcing for that, but did not get kicked out.
Well, good for her.
But are we ready for our final ramp?
I don't know. A birthday final ramp is a little intimidating.
She does the Monster Mac.
Monster Mac?
Yeah.
Are we talking M-A-C-K? M-A-C?
M-A-C.
Okay.
Get my puns in Monster Mash. She does the Monster Mac.
Yeah, I followed that part.
Would have been more topical if we were doing this in October, but...
Well, my birthday is not in October, although this album's birthday is, so that would make sense.
We can move it.
What do you mean the Monster Mac? When I hear Mac, since I'm not British, and it doesn't mean raincoat to me, my mind goes mostly to one place.
Uh-huh.
That place is macaroni and cheese.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going in the right direction. Yeah, she has a, I guess not so secret because I know the recipe, but secret pasta recipe that she developed herself.
A secret pasta recipe?
She called it a secret pasta recipe, but then also gave us the, like, how to make it. So it's not really that secret.
Okay. What's her monster macaroni?
We got to pause for a moment.
Right.
First off, it's not macaroni.
Oh.
It's spaghetti, but she named it Monster Mac.
Monster spaghetti.
Yeah, not as catchy.
No, I guess not.
But then the stuff that's in it, I found 2 different recipes from both what I consider reliable sources. So,
Oh, so the decision tree.
yeah.
Maybe we should try both and pick a side.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Well, don't sign us up for anything yet until I tell you the 2 options.
Well, somebody, Connor, still has to eat a pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich.
I think he's out of that one because you failed to make sure he had all the proper ingredients.
Well, look, we don't need to dig that all up again. What are we signing up here for? What's the Monster Mac? Option 1.
All right, so recipe 1, it's spaghetti. You cook the spaghetti with Monster energy drink, specifically White Monster energy drink.
Oh my. You like boil it?
I can't imagine you can get Monster energy drink to boil that easily, right?
I don't know.
So I assume you just pour some of it in for flavoring into the water. I don't know. It just says with White Monster energy drink, and then top it with crushed Takis and cheddar cheese slices.
Ew. Oh, cheddar cheese slices? Okay.
Option 2 for what this recipe might be
Yeah, I'm not going to sign us up for that one, I don't think.
is spaghetti cooked with ultra black Monster energy drink.
Okay.
And then stirring in jalapeno nacho cheese and garnishing with crushed Cool Ranch Doritos.
That sounds a little better.
Getting closer, yeah. Of the two,
If you took out the monster, that's definitely one that I would consider trying easily.
yeah.
Why?
Whichever recipe is the correct recipe, apparently this was made during quarantine.
Yeah, go figure.
And she swears it's an acquired taste that slaps.
Yeah, it's an acquired taste. Nobody's out here craving this. And she just did it to do it?
Oh my gosh! I just now understood why it's called Monster Mac, because it's cooked with Monster energy drink.
You just now? Really? Hold on. Right now. It was the first ingredient you listed in both kinds. And you just now...
In my head, it was just called that because one, catchy name, and two, because it's a monstrosity.
Yeah, it lives up to the title in more ways than one.
Did not. Just now I realized why it's called Monster Mac.
Man, we're going to need to expand the math department because it sounds like you have some trouble putting 2 and 2 together.
So that's why we have them in the first place.
Wow. Yeah, it's because it's got monster in it. Wow.
But to clarify, if this was a spin, it would not be because I added a second recipe. Like, that decision tree is not hinging on the answer.
Right.
Just to be clear, I'm not pulling a fast one.
Right. Mostly I think this one is more likely to be true because you didn't realize the monster pun until right now. I mean, it's not like you just made up Monster Mac and go, what would Monster Mac be? I know, Monster Energy. Well, clearly that's not the case. That's so wild.
So you go with fact? Is that your answer? Or will you go spin?
I think I'll go fact, I suppose. It's a weird one, and I don't think we should try it. This is not a pineapple and mayonnaise sandwich situation.
Well, you already signed us up for it, so...
No, I unsigned.
Plus, you said the second one. You said the second one didn't sound so bad.
I would do it without the monster. I don't know what Monster Ultra Black tastes like, so I'm skeptical and hesitant.
I know the Strawberry Dreams monster is really good.
Well, I wouldn't put it in spaghetti.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm still not even sure how you cook it. If you just boil it in monster, because that would smell and burn and be
I don't know.
just so much monster, right? You need like a gallon.
You never really use that pot again.
That'd be too much.
All right, this is a spin.
This is a spin? Really?
This is a fan-submitted fact, and that's why I did not realize what Monster Mac was a pun for.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not put two and two. The fans are more clever than I.
I guess so. They really snuck that one past you, and it worked so hard in your favor.
I thought I'd get you just because there was two different recipes.
No, I can see this being a thing that she does. I don't know. Interesting tastes, interesting musical tastes, interesting food tastes. Why not?
Why not?
And in COVID, we all did a lot of stuff like that.
I don't know if I did anything quite like that.
Not quite like it. A little bit.
But there we go. I pulled back the 50-50.
You did. Darn it. My birthday 50-50.
And if you check your door, you'll find some Monster Mac.
Oh, no, that's still better than Hippo Milk, I think.
Hippo Mac?
Let's see. Last birthday, I won 3-1. The birthday before that, I won 3-1.
You've had one more birthday than I have, too.
Year 1, didn't really do a birthday episode. Year 2, my birthday would have been Dance Gavin Dance. And on that one, 50-50. There you go. You've got the birthday 50-50 back for the first time since episode 55. Congratulations. Well, Mixtaper, thanks for a good birthday week.
Absolutely. Anytime.
Well,
As long as it's once a year.
I was going to say, any time is a bit generous. My birthday only happens the one time. Once every 365 days, except on leap year.
See you next week.
Yes, you will.
Yeah.
And there he goes.
Let's
Let's talk about this album art. Lots of dogs.
Lots of dogs.
Lots of colors.
Lots of Juno.
Lots of Juno. Juno Jameson Wolf is the dog on this cover. It's Remi's French Bulldog. The Mixtaper just talked about him a little bit. Figured we'd talk about him a little more here. Like, go figure that after 3 dog EPs, she was making a dog album, too. No surprise there.
Is that supposed to be like a deer hat?
I think it's a dog. I mean, the whole album, this one's not about dogs, but...
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I thought, but it has like the floppy ears on the side. It's hard to tell. It kind of gives off deer vibes.
Yeah, but all of our other EPs have been about dogs.
No, I agree.
So why would this one be mostly about dogs with a deer hat?
I didn't know. I thought maybe Juno like to chase deer or something.
Maybe. maybe. I don't know. Look at how many times this dog is on here. Gosh, I should have counted.
Some of them are all like old tube TV, no signal dogs.
I think I'm counting at least 32. 32 Junos. One for every day of the month and then an extra. 2 extras if you're in a different month. 3 or 4 extras if you're in February. Yeah, very color, very dog.
Red boots.
Yeah. Remi said that Juno was with me every day 24/7 for the making of my debut album. I named the album after him because this music wouldn't be the same without the presence of his big personality, comfort, farts, and cuddles. I love him so much, I'm crying writing this. What a sweet guy. I'm glad that we can see his face, but not smell his farts.
I like the one in the bottom right of him, like, licking his nose.
That's a very intense, like he's staring you dead in the eye as he's doing it too.
It's that one, and then the one right next to her boots. There's that, like, look on his face. I don't even know how to describe it.
The puppy dog face?
Yeah.
Well, they're all puppy dog faces.
Yeah. It's that one, and then my third favorite is the one where he's mean mugging you right over her shoulder.
Oh, over the shoulder's good.
It's like saying, like, I know what you did.
He's even meaner mugging in the top left.
Oh, I didn't even see that one. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like, right above her hat, he's, like, giving you the side eye, like,
That's funny, and I think the problem with that is everyone who's listening to this episode is going to have to go find the cover art independently because probably I'm just going to replace all these Junos with Spin It logos. So,
Okay, well, make some of the Spin It logos mean mug the audience.
I don't know how to do that.
Make some of them give it the side eye. Make one of the light logos give the puppy dog face.
I'll do my best. Well, let's talk about these songs. Up first is a song called Liquor Store.
Lick, like a dog lick.
Like a dog. Well, no, more like liquor, like liquor. This is a very personal song for Remi Wolf. She said, it's one of my most vulnerable songs on the record. It was very cleansing for me. I said exactly what I was feeling. Because right over the process of writing and recording Juno, she was getting sober from like big time alcohol abuse. She said, in my writing, I tend to do a lot of abstraction and surrealist imagery, but that song, Liquor Store, this is how it feels to be in my head right now. She said, I also wrote that song really, really fast. We probably finished it in 4 hours. I was crying. I was in and out of absolute breakdown, sobbing tears the entire time we were writing the song. So I think it's cool that she opens with a very personal statement about, walking into the liquor store. I always want more walking into the liquor store. What'd you think? What was the vibe of this song like? Did it match anything you expected? Was it a lot, a little?
I didn't really know what to expect when I hit play on this.
It kind of blitzes you.
I do like it, though.
Yeah.
Good song. I did write down that the ooh, ooh, ooh kind of sounded like a dog bark. Like she was imitating a dog bark. I just took a lot of notes about dogs throughout this album.
Oh, great. Can't wait to hear all of those. It's a very dog-themed album. I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
I mean, if you do something where she goes, ooh, 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 it's almost like she's going oof, 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 like a dog wolf.
Well, her name is Remi Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
I think the chorus that we start with is really great. And then you get to the verse and you're like, what am I listening to? What are the lyrics here? It's a wild ride.
I also like that they play with the left and right stereo mix thing again, with the one you that goes like left to right.
Yes, that is one of my favorite things about this whole album. Just the production is stellar. I love the way that it is so engaging. Like there's so many layers to it and so many sounds pop up and appear for a brief time or repeat. They fade into the background and come to the forefront many times. Like it's just a very chaotic soundscape.
I have a question about how that works.
Yeah.
So I'm with a headset, right? So I'm able to hear it bounce left to right. If I go play this in my car, would it bounce from the left to the right of my car?
Yeah, if your car is set up to have all the audio coming like through the middle. Because you can set your car speakers usually, especially if you're in a newer car, to like come all the way out of the left or all the way out of the right.
Oh, that's true. But assuming I'm not doing that.
Yeah, then it would do that in your car too.
Because I'm not psychotic. I actually have a fun story about that.
About the audio in your car being in the middle channel?
Yeah.
How fun can the story about that possibly be?
Well, when I first got, not the car I have now, but the car before that, it had the ability to go left, right, forward, and back.
To drive.
With the audio adjustment?
Oh, you mean with the audio. Got it.
Yeah. When I first got the car, I was like, man, this radio system kind of sucks. Like, I basically had the thing on, like, full blast in order to get it to a volume I felt was acceptable. And I was like, man, this sucks. And I drove around with it that way for a while before I ever had somebody get in the back seat. And then when I turned on the radio, and they were like, oh my God, this is so loud. What are you doing? I'm like, what are you talking about? And we got in, that's how I discovered that my car had front and rear adjustment as well, because it was only playing in the back.
You're sending all the back seats. You're right. That is about as funny as that story could possibly have been.
Yeah, well, you're welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I love the production on it. I love the sounds. I love the chaotic lyrics. You're going from image to image to thing to thing to thing. Ice cream cone tattoos and I don't know. My marble's on the brink of spilling all over the carpet. Man, carnivore eating my heart out. Good stuff. It's a chaotic start to the album, and honestly, the album doesn't get much less chaotic in most places. The second track, Anthony Kiedis, maybe gets, a little less chaotic? A little less scatterbrained?
Still decently chaotic.
Yeah, it is, for sure. And you could tell this is a COVID song right from the jump, right? Everything shut down and I don't have friends anymore.
Well, I thought maybe that we were just talking like a theme park.
Oh, well, yeah, everything at the theme park is shut down and all my friends are gone. Well, it's an interesting concept. I mean, the whole thing is I love my family intrinsically, like Anthony Kiedis. The song's not about Anthony Kiedis except for that line. Remi said, I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who we did an episode about, by the way, way back.
I was about to say, yeah, you skipped right over the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Well, we were getting there. We did them way back in the 40s or something.
I think my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper is the Kings of Leon's dad.
Oh, that's so funny, because your favorite around the world was the Red Hot Chili Peppers and not the Kings of Leon.
Yeah.
But your favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper is not the Red Hot Chili Pepper, but Kings of Leon?
Yeah, Kings of Leon's dad gassing them out
Microwaving a jalapeno.
of parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I guess a jalapeno isn't a chili pepper, right? But
No.
you get the point.
And in fact, microwaving it is probably pretty hot. Not chili at all. But that's not the point. This song's not even about the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Or Anthony Kiedis.
Well, that's true. She said he doesn't have that much to do with the song, other than I was reading his memoir at the time, and he talked a lot about his relationship with his dad. I was inspired by that, and the song is really about everything that I was going through in COVID and the way I was viewing myself at the time.
Wow.
Because Anthony Kiedis and his dad, I guess his dad really kind of put him through some stuff. There was like a lot of tumultuous situations in Anthony Kiedis' life, but he loved his family intrinsically because he was part of the family, and so that dynamic is what Remi's kind of alluding to here. I think the song sounds great. I love the falsetto kind of vibes that are on Anthony Kiedis. It's a little more laid back than Liquor Store. That's pretty nice.
Does she have to get permission to call her song Anthony Kiedis?
Well, as a matter of fact,
You can't copyright a name, right?
you can't copyright a name, so you can call your song anything you want. You can't copyright a title.
Well, I mean, even then, could be multiple Anthony Kiedises out there in the world.
It's true.
You know which one she mentioned.
Well, because she said I fit my family dynamics like a Red Hot Chili Pepper.
So?
Yeah, so, I mean, that's true. That's the same vibes as Knox Hamilton getting, not really, it's a spin, but Knox Hamilton getting tattoos of the guy's yearbook photo with the name Knox Hamilton above and below it and trying to say, that's not the same guy. Of course it's the Anthony Kiedis from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
It's all circumstantial.
But I think as long as you're not, defaming him or slandering him, yeah, you're probably fine. And this doesn't defame him or slander him at all. In fact, this compliments and uplifts him and his family dynamics.
So I could write a song for Connor's Hippin' and Hoppin' album called James Blank. See how I didn't dox you there?
Thank you. Yeah, you could do that, but you would if you released a song with my name in it.
Well, I'm just saying, it sounds like I can, and you can't take any legal repercussions against me.
Probably not. Also, though, Anthony Kiedis has heard this song.
And his thoughts?
I think he liked it, from what I saw. I like the way that she kind of double tracks her vocals. Listen to the part where it's everything's so whack. They kind of give her almost like an Alvin and the Chipmunks style higher voice, and then a lower register one too, and they kind of work in sync so that you kind of get this octave effect. It's really cool. It plays with the Wii U in the background very well. I'm doing on and off Pilates like a middle-aged soccer mommy.
Okay, I was all good with that line until she put the mommy instead of mom.
One my too many.
Yeah.
But mommy fits the rhythm better.
Yeah, and it rhymes better with body and kind of Pilates.
Yeah.
Listen, I get why. I just didn't like it.
I love the na-na-na-na-na-na. Man.
Also, I'm making donuts with my body. Excuse me?
That's a great question. I cannot answer nor speculate what that means. Maybe just walking in circles,
Okay.
right? If you're like in COVID, you're shut up inside and you're pacing the floor.
Okay, so I did think walking in circles, but then because it says donut, I imagine when a car does a donut, it more spins in a circle.
Yeah, like drifts.
Yeah, so then I was picturing that, but then I also just pictured trying to contort your body into an O.
Like a circle. Doing gymnastics. Pilates. Doing Pilates.
Right. So my brain went to a lot of different places.
That's true. That's, you know what? A good point. You could even be talking about making literal donuts, because anytime you're not doing it with a machine, like if you're making a batch of donuts by hand, you're making donuts with your body.
Yeah, that's true. And, maybe that was her COVID hobby, donut making.
Making donuts. Sounds like all of this is her COVID hobby. I really love the part, too, where the whole song switches up. Put my mind at ease, beg and make it stop. The whole song kind of changes into something different. And then we jump back out of it with I get what I want and it cost me a lot. Put my head in the hole of the guillotine chop with a grotesque sound effect, by the way.
Yeah.
But I love that little interlude. Like the song just constantly refreshes itself. These songs are all great to crank up in your car, provided you don't have the audio located only in the back seat. Just gotta crank them. They're so good. Almost all of them. I do have some songs on here that I like less, but I still really like. And I think WYD, typically slang for what you doing, is one of those songs that's kind of like on the mid to lower tier for me on this album. But no hate to it.
It was almost an Avatar song.
Fall through the fire, reach for the water, my ground is breaking.
Yeah, but then no air.
No air.
Just like an Avatar.
Oh, you're right. Only one air. And technically, he's not just an airbender because he's everything bending. There are no exclusive airbenders left. Yeah, this song kind of has an interesting instrumental style to it. Like the intro opens like you're hearing someone else's music from across the room, almost like you're far away from it. And then we lock in once the verse starts. I think it's a really cool effect. Remi said that WYD is my funk song. This is like if Carlos Santana liked playing funk. She said, this song was also written in that big week of depression. I love my team, but at the time I was in such a tough spot and people were constantly wanting me to work. I was like, hey, can you leave me alone? So the line about all the little bees telling me what to do were my team. But that was just a moment in time. I was angry. Nobody tells me really what to do creatively, and I have a lot of independence on that level, is what she said. So that's cool. Just a song about lashing out, just wanting space, needing elbow room, because everyone's always asking, what are you doing?
My next dog note was, I got a bone to pick you.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I was like, oh, bone,
Like dog. That's certainly the only thing she's talking about.
Uh-huh.
Certainly the only thing she's talking about.
Well, just a couple lines up, it's talking about being hard to chew. Dogs like to chew on things.
That's true.
She also, a couple lines up, mentions escargot and cordon bleu.
Yeah, the guy from High School Musical.
I was just about to say, every time I see cordon bleu, I think of Corbin Bleu from High School Musical.
Yeah. Man, what's he up to nowadays?
Can't help it.
Such a strong start to his career that he just kind of vanished.
Let's see, filmography. Oh, in 2025, he was on Celebrity Jeopardy.
That's cool.
Oh, he also apparently appeared in 5 episodes of High School Musical, the series.
Interesting. I didn't know they got any cast returning.
That was so long ago.
True. I like the line, eat cheese, pray, and just forget. I might need that on a t-shirt. She also just has so much, sass, right? I just love the end of this song. It's such a cool kind of outro section. I don't need your money. I'm going to sip my tea. Just kind of got a real groove to it that I like a lot.
Yeah.
There's some distortion, some, squeakiness in there that just feels chaotic and so good.
Yeah, squeaky's a good way to describe that.
This album is kind of a squeaky album. Just in a lot of ways. But that's one of the things that I love about it. Just constantly these inexplicable, indescribable sounds. It's like a barrage of stuff. What did you think about Guerrilla?
It's my go-to warfare style.
Oh, fantastic. It's my go-to Cadbury egg drummer. That's a deep cut from the Phil Collins episode. Thank you.
Yeah, it is.
Anyway, it's also my go-to song on this record. I think Guerrilla is a strong contender for my favorite.
Wow, is that one of your favorites?
Just one of my favorites, yes. I just love the way it sounds. It's kind of got this little, burst energy to it. The bass is really, thumping through most of it. There's just so much happening in this song that I really like. It's a song about going to a party.
Are gorillas apes?
Yes.
Are they?
If it has a tail, it's a monkey. If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey. It's an ape. Even if it has a monkey kind of shape.
I just Googled it, and this is what Google AI has to say about the subject. Gorillas are not apes. Gorillas are not apes. They are classified as the largest species of ape. While all gorillas are apes, not all apes are gorillas.
Okay, it got confused. It confused itself.
Many people believe gorillas are apes.
Correctly.
But in reality, apes include a broader category of primates, such as chimpanzees, orangutans, gibbons, and gorillas.
So stupid. Oh, this is why AI is going to ruin the world.
Oh, I love it. I thought they were an ape. I wanted to make sure.
Remi said, I started writing Guerrilla in the beginning of the pandemic. She said, we didn't really know what COVID was, so I was still going to hang out with some people, but it was a very anxious time in my life. I named it Guerrilla because when I would go to a party, it felt like guerrilla warfare. My own brain was attacking itself.
Oh, see?
Yeah, your favorite kind of warfare. Remi Wolf's favorite kind of party going. Probably not favorite kind.
It's effective.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's way more interesting than to stand in a line and shoot one another.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably the most boring form of warfare.
Uh-huh. Have you ever worn a bolo tie, like the guy that she talks about in this song?
No, I've always been scared of them.
Why have you been scared of bolo ties? Hold on.
They look complicated.
It's literally so much easier than a tie. What?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be worried the bolo tie would be wearing me, not the other way around.
Oh, you think it would just distract from the rest of you?
Yeah, I just think I'm not a bolo tie guy, and any attempt to do so would have dangerous consequences.
It's fraudulent. It's not who you are.
Yeah, I'm a gorilla, which is a type of ape.
That's what they say. She does talk about apes a little bit here, and the things that come out of them.
I want to spin it bolo tie. I just realized that like our logo is like the perfect shape for a bolo tie.
That's true. Wonder if we can make one that spins. I just love this song so much. It's really good. I really like you when I stare into both of your eyes. Even though I'm terrified, it's so right. There's like, yeah, the songs are goofy and fun and high energy, but there's like a lot of real emotion behind all of them. And if you really dig down past the layers of like sass and quip and chaos, what a powerful, deep emotion lies behind all these songs. Like, this is a COVID album through and through. And a lot of the COVID albums, I don't know, felt samey. But this one manages to take a lot of those emotions that a lot of people had during COVID and present them in fresh, new, exciting, and engaging ways. And I love that about it. What do you think about Quiet on Set? That little synth line in the front is fun.
But I mainly seem to have liked the instrumentations.
Big time.
And I wrote a whole thing here about the references to Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes, she does reference Chuck E. Cheese.
I don't know if there's a worse thing you can Postmates than Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. That's the point. But that's back when it came out that Chuck E. Cheese was on Postmates and DoorDash, like using a fake name as Pasquale's and trying to convince people that they weren't Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
And so that's where that line came from, because it had just come to light that that was the case. And they were joking around and saying, should we do this stupid, ridiculous thing? And they didn't, because there ain't no Chuck E. Cheese in Los Feliz. What do you know?
We could open one.
Yeah, I see an untapped market. Honestly, I've heard Chuck E. Cheese's are kind of a shell of their former selves. They got rid of the animatronics. I think they got rid of a lot of the play places, and they're mostly just like screens and arcades now.
I mean, what isn't?
That's a good point. This podcast.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
In a world full of shells.
In a world full of Chuck E. Cheese's, be a spin it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What did you think about the rest of Quiet on Set? Chuck E. Cheese thoughts aside. Interesting song, right?
The chaos of the album continues.
Absolutely. Yeah, she calls this a full-on psycho song. I guess it was a jam session that turned into a song really quickly, in like a matter of hours or something. It was a quick write. She talks about stealing Corvettes. And she does say that it really does reflect my life and feelings at the time. Overworked, manic, reckless, and childish. And that sounds about right. There's some chaos in here. There's some talk of centipedes. There's some talk of cups. There's some talk of Five Guys. Every line of this song is another twisted turn on the roller coaster. I think no songs on this album are quite as unhinged in every respect as Quiet on Set. Do you have a favorite lyric? What's your favorite lyric?
I think, other than Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
I really just like the run, starting with the I don't got things to say. I'm so bored, I'm a pass away. Going off the deep end like Fouché. I'm cracked the surface, creme brulee.
Yeah.
On into what follows.
Yeah.
All the way down into I don't want to be a Debbie.
A Debbie Downer. Debbie Downer. Such a cool part.
I kind of wish she had pronounced it Debe, though, to go with the rhymes of the Fouché and the creme brulee. And we're on a bit of an A kick. It would have been fun to at some point just pronounce it Debe.
We got to show the other vowels some love.
I mean, you don't have to.
But she does.
Yeah, well, she's a fair and benevolent ruler.
Yeah, she is. A benevolent ruler. Not a Debbie Downer. That's just another way that she twists this song on its head right when it starts to get maybe a little repetitive and finds a new way to sweep you right back up in it. What did you think of the outro to this one?
I also thought it was interesting when she said the word "and" 3 times in a row. And I got in the car and then we went. She had a bunch of candy.
The little baby part?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just and.
A lot of people don't like the little baby part, and I totally get that.
Yeah, well,
Totally understand.
it was an interesting choice, but 5 tracks deep on this album of chaos, I'm not surprised by it.
No.
It would have been a weird thing to see on track 1.
Yes. But at this point, you're deep in the world. You're sinking deeper into the world of Juno and the mind of Remi Wolf. And this is like, oh, just another thing. Look out the window on your left and you'll see this little monologue by a fake baby.
Now I wish I had assigned each one of these songs a Juno from the cover.
Oh, that'd be cool. But we'd have to number all the Junos, and there's 30 of them. Well, this is probably the side-eye Juno. I'm giving Quiet on Set the side-eye the first time I listened to it. But once you buy in, solid. Another song in my upper echelon is Volkiano.
Really? Because that has one of the lower amounts of plays.
That's true. It's also one of the longer songs on this album. Like, a lot of these kind of flash by quick. Most of them are under 3 minutes long, even. But Volkiano pushes 4 minutes, which is super duper rare. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's also one of Remi's favorites. She says she loves it. And the title is Volcano, but she said it weird and really liked saying it weird. So she just kept it as Volkiano.
Heck yeah.
Right. So cool.
I say stuff weird all the time.
You do. And you can make songs out of it. Could you make songs like Volkiano out of it? I don't know. But what I like about Volkiano is just the kind of way that it hits on the backbeat. Like, we start with the guitar in the beginning, and then when the drums come in, you're like thrust into the rhythm in a whole different sense than you were expecting. And I just love that. She said, as soon as I heard the chords, I was like, I can write something to this. And she said, we decided to keep the verses way more stripped down because I'm speaking so fast and I want you to hear those words. But it's definitely more of a dark pop sound. And I love the chorus. I love the way she just launches into Volkiano. Like, the pre-chorus slows it down so much, quiets it down so much, and then it just kind of explodes like a volcano into Volkiano.
It is catchy, annoyingly catchy. The Volkiano.
Uh-huh. It gets so stuck in your head.
It's like, come on.
It is maybe repetitive. There's not a lot in the chorus except for Volkianos, but she only does it like 2 times.
It's just catchy.
Yeah, it is. And another good breakdown kind of at the end. My baby get down when he want to fight, right? All that part. I like that too. It kind of goes with the song, but it's very different than the song. Like, that's the dark pop kind of side. I see that a lot. But yeah, I like Volkiano a lot.
I like the final third of the song, I think, the best.
Okay, yeah, that ending part then.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. That's kind of the least chaotic part of it.
Yeah, I think I was just needing a little something less chaotic for a moment.
Well, if you want kind of a slower brand of chaos, Front Tooth will provide you with that.
That's what that one chick was singing about wanting for Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Remi Wolf has it.
The front tooth.
Yeah.
Well, one front tooth wouldn't have been enough for the kid in 2 front teeth.
Oh.
And in fact, it's the opposite. She loses the front tooth. Kicking out my front tooth is the whole thing in this song.
Yes, and then she can give it to the kid who wants it for Christmas.
Well, that's fair. It's a much slower song. Like, this song is chill, and instrumentally, it's not chaotic. Then even lyrically, it's a little more grounded, right? She said, I wrote this song about how my career was going super well, but I still felt like crap. It didn't feel how I wanted it to feel, and it didn't feel how everybody was telling me it should feel. And so that's where we get these analogies. It don't feel like it's supposed to. This still feels like a Conor McGregor fight, kicking out my front tooth. There she goes, name-dropping a famous person again. It would suck to get your front tooth kicked out. Honestly, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, it'd be pretty awful.
But I do love the way that she sings Front Tooth. That's my favorite part of the song. Too-wee-wee youth. That's something. What a choice. How'd that grab you? Good, bad? It's different.
Yeah, I think I'd put Front Tooth in my lower portions of the album.
Well, candidly, me too. It's getting down there. I'd put more stuff below it. It's not at the bottom, but it's not at the top.
Yeah, I don't think it's quite at the bottom, but it's not even halfway.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. There's 13 songs. They can't all be halfway. Obviously, that's impossible. But there's good stuff. I just want to feel real, so I lay down in the shower, let the water wake my body up. She really puts some energy into those lines and yells them, screams them. Good stuff. I keep hating like Cruella de Vil. I know you love 101 Dalmatians.
I do enjoy 101.
You've got 99 of them in a tub in your house.
I have all 101 Dalmatians.
Did they make ones for the adults? I thought they just made 99 for the kids.
Actually, I think you're right. They think it's just 99 for the kids.
Yeah, which is why we talked about it on episode 99 for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Black Crows.
I do remember talking about it on the podcast, but I don't remember talking about it on episode 99.
That's why it came up. That was the only reason. And that was the first time I'd ever heard of it. Who knew?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was very surprised by that.
Pretty great.
Yeah. I do think getting to the lowest on this album for me is Grumpy Old Man.
Ooh, you don't like Grumpy Old Man, huh?
Regrettably, maybe I'm just a grumpy old man. Maybe I'm a grumpy young man. But yeah, it doesn't quite grab me the way the rest of these songs do. It's got a nice bass groove to it, which I can't complain about. And she calls it a feel-good song. She said everyone can dance and vibe to it, even the grumpy old man on the porch. But for some reason, I don't dance and vibe to it like I dance and vibe to almost every other song on this record. She kind of puts on this fake country accent for a while in it. That's an interesting choice. Long hair, long beard, turtleneck sweater. Just kind of kind of doesn't have the same hooking power that a lot of her other hooks have. It's not as chaotic. It's not as close to the DNA of this album as a lot of the other songs. And so I think that's where Grumpy Old Man takes a hit for me. Not that it's bad. It's just, you know, a little further from the center of what Juno kind of has made itself to this point. However, I do love, I'm on the fence and I got eggshells around me. Don't step on them. Don't step on me. And then she goes straight into interpolating Bo Diddley's self-titled 1958 hit, but makes it like Remi Wolf style. That's cool.
Bo Remi.
Yeah. Bo Diddley would probably go into cardiac arrest if he listened to this song, I think.
Yeah, probably.
But that's okay. Cool stuff. She also talks about Sting at the end. Take you up into the galaxy on your galactic steed with Sting.
They're just name dropping people left, right, and center.
Ride 'em, cowboy. That's right. Why not, you know?
Classic cowboy Sting.
Yeah. She said, I wrote this song about feeling like I was so unpleasant to be around. I was going through a hard time, and that's such a thing that people with anxiety and depression often feel. They just want to isolate and not be around people because they feel like they're not very fun. Hence, like a grumpy old man. She said, it's pretty much a song about me hating myself, but we put it in this beautiful little danceable package. Again, I don't know if it's danceable for me, but it's not bad.
I think I like Grumpy Old Man better than Front Tooth.
Okay. Yeah, a case could be made there. I think the brightest spot in this back middle part of the album, for me, before we kind of get to the closing tracks, Buttermilk.
Are you a Buttermilk fan?
Absolutely.
I had a Buttermilk pie just the other day. I've never really had Buttermilk, but I had that, and it was pretty good.
Dang. It's great. What about, Buttermilk pancakes.
Oh, well, true.
Buttermilk is around sometimes.
I've never just had Buttermilk. It's always been, like, Buttermilkified other things.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I don't think you're supposed to just have buttermilk.
No, I know people who just drink buttermilk.
Really? That seems like a lot. That's wild. The song itself is really cool. Like, it's just a great song, period. But to hear about the inspiration from it, I think makes it even better to me. She said, I wrote the song about a tumultuous relationship. Buttermilk is when you whip up cream and you whip it to the point where it's butter and the fat separates from the liquid. It happens very quickly. You'll have a big lump of butter in the bowl, but then you'll have all this buttermilk around it. Mm-hmm. She said, I'm referring to my relationship where 1 minute we're okay, then the next minute we're fighting so much, like the process of making butter, right? It whips up all this buttermilk around the relationship because it's so agitated. She said, this relationship is sometimes absolutely amusing and then sometimes it's just toxic and sour. So that's Buttermilk. 1 second we're good, then it's overkill. It's awesome. It's got such a swing to it. I just love the groove of Buttermilk. This kind of breakdown part, the go in circles, hot potato pain, the ways they stack her vocals on that, and some of those synthetic wind instruments kind of happening in the background. Just top notch for me. Love all that. And at the end, we kind of devolve into this buttermilk butter, just screaming it. It's so loud. It's so blown out. It's so chaotic. And I love that. Great energy.
I do really enjoy Buttermilk, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I like it, but I don't know if I would continue to like it. Does that make sense?
No.
I almost think this is one of those tracks that if I listen to a bunch, it would drop in the rankings for me.
Well,
and other tracks, like if I did like what you do and listen to this whole album for like a month, I think Buttermilk would fall from where it is right now.
That's actually fair. I do think Buttermilk did that for me when I was listening to this album daily for 25 days or whatever. And then I think with a little more time and distance, it kind of worked its way back up and I get just as pumped now as I did the first time. That's reasonable, especially because it sticks out kind of like a sore thumb in between this stretch of Front Tooth, Grumpy Old Man, Buttermilk, Sally, and then even Sexy Villain. Like Buttermilk is kind of its own thing. Buttermilk feels more at home among the first 6 tracks on the album than it kind of does in these back 7 tracks on the album. Like the whole vibe of the album has changed a little bit, but Buttermilk didn't get the memo. Up next is another song that hits differently than everything else on Juno, and I think that's because it's older, and that's Sally.
What makes it older?
What do you mean what makes it older?
Sorry, I guess you were probably about to tell me.
Yeah, the age at which she wrote it. Like she said, I wrote Sally before any song on my second EP.
Well, yeah, right.
So it's older than even, like, I'm allergic to dogs.
Wow.
Yeah. So it feels different because the whole vibe of those EPs is different, and this song is kind of more akin to stuff on those than it is to the tracks that came for Juno. And she wrote it on an acoustic guitar, which is different because so many of these songs are not very acoustic guitar-y. Sally kind of stands alone in that regard because it still sounds like you could play it on an acoustic guitar and it would be recognizable and very familiar. The rest of the songs kind of feel like they need a rework to be done on an acoustic. It does have some good melodies in it, though. All that's to say, the chorus is really exciting. I don't want to waste another night, sleep in the Toyota, feet are getting colder, blasting bossa nova, waiting up another night. I like that vibe. I don't know, it just never quite scratches the itch for me like every other song does. I think it's because there's less going on production-wise. It might be because the song is so acoustic, focused.
I don't know. I think I'm just getting a little disoriented from all the chaos.
That might be true. We're 10 tracks deep.
I can't tell if I'm in a slump of the album or if I'm just fatigued.
Maybe fatigue is a thing that happens.
I think it's a slump in the album. Because I don't have fatigue on the next track, and we'll get to that in a second. But I don't know. I just think from, like, Front Tooth through Sally is pretty rough.
I'd stand by that. That is my least favorite stretch of the album. Of those songs, 3 of them are in what I'd consider my bottom or bottom middle. Probably bottom, to be honest. And that's fine. One song that got popular, at least I think more popular than a lot of the rest, that the people seem to love and I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of, is Sexy Villain. I couldn't quite get into it in the same way that the public does.
You don't like it? I was just about to say I liked it.
I like it. It's not in my bottom, but it's not at the top for me. And it seems to be one of the ones that most people put at the top from this record. With 56 million streams, it kind of dwarfs the rest of them in terms of its, Spotify plays. It's got a vibe to it that's not bad. And maybe what it is I'm just not like a true crime guy. And Remi said when she was writing this song, she was watching a lot of true crime shows and listening to a lot of true crime podcasts. And she said, I was feeling in kind of a weird place in my relationship at that time too, and I always felt like I was the bad guy in every situation. So then she said they created an alter ego, the Sexy Villain, and riffed off of that, and talked about a bunch of serial killer things and, just a bunch of niche, like true crime related stuff. And maybe that's why this song doesn't click quite as well for me, because that's not necessarily my go-to genre.
I just like the vibe. I think this song has more structure to it than most of the album.
Very much more, yeah.
And I think that's why I like it so much.
Well, that makes sense. If you like Remi Wolf with structure, her second record, Big Idea, might be the better way to go for you.
Oh.
A lot of that album is just more matured and more structured and focused in its songwriting and style. Like, there's traces of what's on Juno, but it is never as unhinged as some of the most hinged moments on Juno, I think.
Yeah. I just was looking at on Spotify in the merch section, and I see they have a Sexy Villain hat.
They sure do.
And I'm real worried the Mixtaper's going to pre-order it.
Well, the album's been out since 2021.
They also have a Juno dog pen.
That's true. I get 32 of them.
The low price of $10. Interesting they went with a camo, like, hunting hat for Sexy Villain.
Yeah, camo kind of is her vibe a lot of times.
Yeah, I mean, look at the album art. She blends right in. Can't even see her.
Yeah.
That's why she's wearing the hat.
That's true. Like a deer, yeah. Even though it's a dog.
Could be a deer.
Anyway, Sexy Villain is okay.
I like Sexy Villain.
To be clear, I don't dislike it.
That's why I like the Bond movies.
But she cheats on Chester Cheetah. That's not cool. That's very villainous. He's one cool dude.
Chester Cheetah always feels like he should be a villain.
Right. He's kind of like a little too sly and cool for the typical food mascot cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like on one end of the spectrum, you've got like Tony the Tiger.
The friendliest guy in the world. That's true.
And then on the other end, you got Chester Cheetah.
Sketch. Maybe she cheated on Chester Cheetah. Well, she says it was with Fritos. Fritos doesn't really have a mascot, but Tony Tiger, I mean, he's great. So I can understand that.
Now, where on the scale of Tony the Tiger to Chester Cheetah does, like, just trying to think of another mascot that's in the right vein for, like, comparison. Just trying to think of another cat related
cat food mascots.
Like Pink Panther, we could do, but that's
He's
not
not a mascot.
He's not a food mascot. Yeah. Why is it mainly cereal and chips that have mascots?
Great question. I don't know. Maybe it's because the target audiences and markets for those are kids more.
Yeah, that's fair. But on the scale of Tony the Tiger to Chester Cheetah, where do you put, like, Captain Crunch?
Oh, he's a friendly guy.
But he's a pirate.
Well, a little bit.
Is he a pirate or is he just a captain?
I think he's just a captain. So he's probably more on the Tony Tiger side for sure.
What about Toucan Sam?
Pretty friendly, pretty open, less of a warm, welcoming presence than Captain Crunch. But probably still...
What about new Toucan Sam?
I don't know if I'm familiar with new Toucan Sam. Anyway, none of them are particularly sexy or villainous.
Hang on. Here's, like, the Toucan Sam that I think you're probably familiar with.
That's the normal Toucan Sam. Look how friendly.
Yeah. And here's new Toucan Sam.
No way. That's not true. That's so much worse than anything I expected. That can't be.
It's pretty awful, right?
There's just no way. Why would they do that? What was wrong with him?
I don't know, but they did it.
I'll never buy cereal with that new toucan on it. Of course, I don't eat cereal. And even if I did, I wouldn't like Fruit Loops.
But isn't the new one closer to like Chester Cheetah? Anyway.
Well, I do like the outro of Sexy Villain, though. Tip, tip, tippy toe is particularly fun.
Yeah.
It's just got such a cool feeling to it. Now, I think also, though, the last two tracks, Buzz Me In and Street You Live On, they don't feel like the beginning of the album. They feel like a totally different world of Remi Wolf songs. However, two of my favorite tracks on this album. Like, what a strong pair to end it. Buzz Me In's up first.
I like Buzz Me In.
Yes, it's the high energy equivalent. I kind of consider Buzz Me In and Street You Live On as like a duology of sorts. They kind of go together.
Sure.
Because both are about a relationship that's kind of ended. Buzz Me In is you can't stop seeing this person. You keep going back to their place. I'm at the gate. Buzz me in. She says it's the classic booty call. I keep on coming to your place because the only way that we could communicate is not through words, but through, intimacy. It's all we've got. And it's such a high energy song. It's so catchy. It's great.
Yeah, I like this Remi Wolf.
Yes. Well, darn it. That makes me think I picked, I'm not wrong because it's my birthday pick and I like Juno better personally. So take that. But your score would probably be higher, whatever it is after this, would probably be higher for Big Ideas because it sounds a lot more like Buzz Me In and Street You Live On and a lot less like Anthony Kiedis, Guerrilla, Quiet on Set. But that's great. Remi talked about writing Buzz Me In, but unfortunately she couldn't talk a lot about it because she said, the mental state I was in when I was writing that song was just absolutely drunk. There's so many good lines in it. To be absolutely drunk, so drunk you don't remember it, but then to write lines like, my tears taste like you, like salt and wine, like wasted time. I mean, come on. That's one of the best lyrics on the whole album. And it's just here. That's awesome. Tell me pigs can fly, say you'll always be mine. I'm at the gate, will you buzz me in? I like that it's an inquiry, right? She's giving him the chance. Like, I'm here if you want me. It's so cool. Oh, man, I'm coming for you, is what she says. I like everything about the song. And then Street You Live On, I equate to it because it's the same. A relationship has ended, but now instead of being unable to drag yourself away and going back to his place, like Street You Live On is the same. I'm just trying to avoid everything about you, every association with you. I avoid the street that you live on because you're a magnet pulling my feet and my head off. Such a cathartic, like, if you've ever experienced that emotion, if you've ever tried to be away from reminders of somebody that you used to be with in a small town in a big city, like, it's not easy. Especially, like, the longer you're with somebody, the more memories you have, the more that kind of follows you around and seeps into your everyday life. It's so good.
Pretty good.
Street You Live On is another one of my just absolute tops on this album.
I avoid the street that you live on.
Yeah.
I avoid the street you live on.
You don't avoid it. You're just
I never go by it unless I have to.
You're just never here.
Because I'm avoiding it.
That must be why your brain is scrambled and wasting away. It's just cathartic. I just love it. They modulate her voice on that I avoid the street that you live on here. It's kind of digitally altered. Alvin and the Chipmunk style. But when she sings it live, oh, man. There's a really stripped down live kind of version of this song that I found. It's electric. It's so good. And so emotional.
It's very emotional.
I'm a paper map rerouting different ways to the store. Man, just looking for ways to pull the weeds and suck the venom to get you out of my life to finally be free. And that's the note we end on. It kind of ends on a melancholy note. And you're left hanging after this album that's been feel good, feel bad, up, down, crazy, all around. Like Street You Live On is structured. It's excellent. It's melodic. It's melancholy. And it ends with this longing that I just really love. I don't know. It's a very unique journey that this album takes you on. I haven't found any others kind of like it. So Juno's a fun one for me. But I suppose we should get into Final Spin.
I guess we shall.
Well, it's a birthday pick for me. No surprise, I'm probably going to give some high scores here. This album is, I've not heard anything like it, really. Even Remi Wolf's other stuff is not like it. Juno kind of stands alone, as far as I've found so far. Now, it's not like anything I set out searching for. Is it anything like Olivia Dean? Absolutely flippin' not. Internet, whoever suggested that, whatever article kind of grouped Remi Wolf and Olivia Dean in the same category, I want you to know that you were wrong. However, thank you. Mixed emotions towards you, because I'm so over the moon. I'm so happy that I found this album. I'm giving the music a 93. So many of these songs are just deeply earwormy and catchy. I think it's great. Even the songs that I don't like as much, like Front Tooth or Sally or Grumpy Old Man, still have so many musical elements that pull me back in, whether it's a bass hook or a two-wee youth or a, beepy boopy instrumental that leads up to it. Like, that's so good. So 93 on the music, 78 on the lyrics. I think there's a lot of good heart behind them, a lot of deep underlying emotion, a lot of really interesting images, some weird stuff, some off-the-wall stuff. This is, probably as incisive into someone's personality, into the inner workings of someone's mind as you'll ever find on a record. Like, I feel like Juno is what it sounds like in Remi Wolf's head. And that's an interesting sensation. Lyrically, giving it a 78. I think a lot of the lyrics that we didn't talk about are interesting. I'll leave it at that. 99 on the instruments of production, though. Man, that is by far one of the strongest elements of this album. Every song has its own kind of soundscape. There's almost like 3 different types of songs on this album, right? The Anthony Kiedises and Guerillas, the Front Tooths and the Sallys, and then the Sexy Villain, Buzz Me, and Street You Live On. I would say those are kind of the categories I'd group everything into. One's chaotic and hectic and off the wall. One kind of falls in the middle of structure and sound. And then one is like straight up pretty pop songs. So yeah, 99 there. Giving the vibe actually, this is rare, giving the vibe a 100.
Whoa!
Once you start on the roller coaster of this album, it's relentless. It just yanks you all over the place. Like, seriously, it hooked me hard. I clicked play on this album unsuspectingly for the first time, and suddenly I blinked and I was 20 days in and I listened to this album so much. It did not let me go. Not many albums grab me like that, ever. And I listened to a lot of albums.
You were kidnapped by Remi Wolf.
Remi Wolf kidnapped me. And so I gotta give it 100 for that, for the vibe. The overall score I'm giving Juno is a little high, I admit it. It's a 91.5. But I think that's just because this record is so unique. It's like intrinsically hard to compare to things in a lot of respects. So that puts it at number 62, above your favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers' Kings of Leon, and below Valentine by Snail Mail.
Well,
Because Benjamin Franklin and Forever Sailing are just too darn good. So that's me. Curious to hear what you think about Juno. Again, it's my birthday pick. I did not necessarily take your opinions or scores into consideration, although I am very excited and interested to hear them.
how dare you not pick an album for your birthday that you knew I would like?
Sometimes you gotta.
It's like how, like, when you're a kid, like, you throw a birthday party, but you have to provide cake for all your friends. It's like, shouldn't they
Yeah.
be bringing you cake?
That's true. But did you have to provide the cake when you were a kid, or did your parents provide the cake for you when you were a kid?
I had to provide the cake.
What?
Yeah.
No, your parents said, sorry, kid, get your own cake.
Yeah, I had to work in the mines
Oh, wow.
to afford a cake.
Brutal. It was rough out there back in our day.
But for me, this album is chaotic, like me.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I like it.
That's true. You are the chaos one.
But I also think this album had a bit of a slump in the middle. You can be chaotic, but not slumpy, you know?
That's true. And it's hard to overlook.
Yeah. I do think some of these songs will grow on me upon further listens as I can find my way through the chaos a little better.
You'll hear something new every time you listen to all of them.
Yeah. My top 3 in album order.
Oh, I can't wait to figure out which of the types of songs you liked more often.
Liquor Store is getting my honorable mention.
Ooh, fun.
Starting it off. And then we're going on a little run of 3 together. Sexy Villain, Buzz Me In, and Street You Live On. All in a row.
Oh, you like the structure. Interesting.
I did like the structure. I liked that it was structured, but yet there was still, like, the chaos was still there, right? Around the structure. It was structured chaos versus just pure chaos.
Yeah, you're a big ideas guy. 100%. It seems like you're not alone, because aside from Liquor Store and Anthony Kiedis, like, those last 3 songs are definitely the most popular on this album.
I think my playlist pick will be... I'm going to pick Sexy Villain.
Oh, man, on my birthday.
I know.
Bummer. Well, since you're taking structure, I'll devolve into chaos.
Do you have a preferred other choice?
Honestly, well, from your things,
Yeah.
I preferred other choice from your top 3s. Buzz Me In or Street You Live On, either, depending on the vibe of the playlist that you want. Both are excellent songs to crank up really loud with your car stereo balanced.
I'll take Buzz Me In since it's your birthday.
Thank you. Wow. Well, I still think I'm going to delve into the chaos. I said delve, that wasn't AI, I did it myself. I'm going for Guerrilla.
Nice. I did like Guerrilla.
It's hard to pass up.
My favorite kind of warfare.
My favorite kind of ape. So those are your playlist picks. Those are your top 3s. Only one question remains. Well, several questions that go along with the one big question. But the one big question that needs to be answered before we can answer the other questions is, what score are you giving Juno?
I'm giving this one 7 glitter-eating, lowercase yelling wolves out of 10.
That's your spirit unit.
My spirit unit, exactly.
Glitter-eating, lowercase yelling wolves.
Well, howling wolves, I guess.
Well,
but whatever.
Howling, yelling. What is howling but a wolf yell? 7, huh? I think that's solid. I think 7 is to be expected.
Yeah.
I'm honestly pretty happy with that. I think I could have seen this dipping into the 6s, dipping its toes in there.
It almost did. It's going to go right... This is a weird spot to put it. But it's going right below Hank Williams and right above Mother by In This Moment.
It's hard to get less chaotic than Hank Williams' greatest hits. Yeah, I don't think this album could be much different than it is from Long Gone Lonesome Blues.
Maybe they can learn from one another while they're, for as long as they're ranking buddies.
Yeah, until something separates them.
Until something comes along and separates them, yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I'll take a 7. This is a successful birthday episode. Thank you so much. I feel older. Well, I will by the time this is out. And that's great.
I feel older every day.
Well, that's also technically true.
I feel older every second.
Ugh, darn it. Don't remind me of the inevitable passage of time right as we're closing the episode.
Well, instead, I'll remind you that we have another episode coming out next week.
We do. And it'll be a special one. I'm excited for it.
It will be. It is a cool episode.
Yep.
Where can they stay up to date on all cool things Spin It?
Oh, if you want to stay up to date on all cool things Spin It, well, we don't have any. But if you want to stay up to date on all things Spin It,
Oh, no.
you can check us out on social media at Spin It Pod Official on Instagram and at Spin It Pod on X. You can find us at our website, www.spinitpod.com, and other places.
And?
I said and I realized I didn't have another thing to add. We're at Spin It Pod a lot of places.
Yeah.
So when in doubt, just Google Spin It Pod.
Tell a friend about the podcast who has a weird food creation like Monster Mac.
Oh.
And tell them to listen to the podcast. Check it out. And then also tell us what that weird food creation is.
Yeah, and maybe like share in it. Eat some Monster Mac with this friend or whatever the Monster Mac weird food equivalent is, like while you listen to this episode and tell us how it goes. Could be a fun activity.
Yeah.
A team building activity, and the team is just you and your friend.
It only takes 2 to make a team.
Takes 2 to tango. Takes 2 to team. Takes 1 to monster pasta.
Takes 2 to team go.
We'll see you next week when it's not my birthday, and until then,
Keep spinning! Have I ever told you how much I like our theme song?
No, I don't know if you have, but that's great. I like it too. That's why I picked it.
It's catchy.
You sing along to it enough.
Have I ever told you how much I hate our theme song?
No, you haven't. I hope it's none because you just talked about how much you like it.
Yeah, it's none. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Whew. Scared me for a minute there. What score and unit would you give the theme song?
Oh, that's a perfect score. 10 out of 10.
Whoa! We've got your third 10 ever on the podcast.
10 out of 10 record scratches.
That's wild.